So for those who came, thank you so much for coming through. It really means a lot to us that we still have our spoken word Rwanda family over the years. Most importantly, we also have a new batch of poets of talent that we showcase on our stage. And we've been doing this since 2011. And it's just an honor that this has something that has been going for the last couple of years in different parts of Kigali. We're very, very honored to be hosted by Mundi Center since April of this year. Let's give them a big round of applause. It's a very beautiful place. And yeah, thank you for coming. So without further ado, we'll kick off. After we had a fantastic and very vibrant campaign, I think all of you know about this throughout July. And in Sinzi, we said, let's only celebrate the new leadership in Rwanda, but where Rwanda is going, where Rwanda has been, and what this word in Sinzi means to you, as a Rwandan, as a non-Rwandan, as a poet, as a thinker, and just much, much more. And that's why we're here today. But in spoken word Rwanda fashion, we don't always stick to the theme per se. If you have something that's not to do with the theme, you're welcome on our stage. If you have something that's to do with the theme, great, and thank you. So to kick off tonight, we have one of our favorite poets, soon going to be a pioneer poet. She's been on our stage for the last, I think, a total of 3 years. She'll correct me if I'm wrong. And she's here with us. She started with us, I think, just slightly before 2020. And she is fantastic, as you will see, and we'll be seeing her more than once on our stage tonight. Her name is Esther, aka Hadassah. I hope sorry, it's this side, given her name correctly. Let's give a big round of applause.
Hey, is that the vibe you're going to give all the poets that are going to come on stage? How are you all doing? Nice, better. So starting off with one that's not on the theme. Um, it doesn't have a name yet, but I guess maybe after you guys, maybe one of you could approach me and give me a name. I would love that. Okay, it's a love poem. Someone loves love. Okay, we'll go on through that. She has a bookshelf for a heart, and ink runs through her veins. She will write you into her story with a typewriter in her brain. Her bookshelf's getting crowded with all the stories that she's penned of the people who flicked through her pages but closed the book before the end. And there's one pushed to the very back that sits collecting dust with its title in her finest writing, The One Who's Lost My Trust. There's a book she's scared to open, and the book she doesn't close. Stories of every person she's met stretched out in endless rows. Some people have only a sentence, while others are held a main part. Thousands of inky footprints that they've left across her heart. You might wonder why she does this. Why write of people she once knew, but she hopes one day she will mean enough for someone to write about her too. You can write for hours and hours of all the things that you wish you could be, but the truth of the matter is simple. People are not poetry. And I know that you wish you weren't awkward, that sweet words could roll off your tongue, but your time here is too short for you to just worry. How each single sentence is strung is okay to be rough, and it's okay to be around the edges sometimes. It's okay to be bruised up and broken and scared, but it's okay to let people tell you, and it's not okay to let people tell you that it's a reason to change who you are. Your hair doesn't always sit neatly. I mean, look at mine. The way a poem sits is so neatly in lines is not the way our lives are, and sometimes you might feel like a word that nobody has learned to define, and you shouldn't be defined because you're not just poetry. You might not be a star that lights darkness or a bird that can teach us to soar, but it's okay because you're too complex to be crammed into one metaphor. It's okay not to know what you're doing, since your feelings don't have to all rhyme like poems, you know. You have the freedom to change over time. There's no title to say this is me. You can't be trapped in the lines of a notebook because people are not poetry. I am not poetry. You are not poetry. You cannot be defined by one metaphor. That's the first one.